morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today, we need to take a little bit of a look at really some updates to things that we've been talking about before. There are some things we've spoken about before which have left a few questions, and we have answers to some of those questions, as well as a couple of warnings from your old pal Wassy. So first of all, I think we need to start with what has been one of the biggest, weirdest mysteries in the Pokemon TCG over the past couple of months, and that is those Eevee tins. Because, of course, I showed you, when they came out, those Eevee tins. And I showed you there was an Umbreon, there was a Sylveon, and there was an Espeon. And I showed you that they looked like very cool tins we should all be pretty excited about. And then we got the landscape version of those tins, and they were the same tins, but landscape, you know, we've seen them before, and that's all lovely, and things to be moderately excited about. And then I showed you these promos. And these promos were just popped into PTCGO. We knew that they were coming, but we're in this really weird situation, because we had the stock images of both the portrait and landscape tins, which clearly were just the exact same cards from Evolving Skies. And there was no ifs, buts, or maybes, essentially. They are the exact same cards from Evolving Skies. But then we had these promos, and there's no way that they are going to release tins with exact reprints from Evolving Skies, and then immediately release a different product with those same cards as alternate art promos. That makes absolutely no sense. I cannot imagine for a second they would actually do that. So what was going on? And the prediction that I made was that these stock images had the wrong cards. That whoever made the stock images, for whatever reason, ended up putting the wrong card images in them. And that could have been because the promos were decided quite late. It could have been for a million different reasons, and it might have been a little bit of a whoopsie, it might have been a completely understandable mistake, we'll never know. Although, like I say regularly, fact of the matter is we all make mistakes at our day job, let's not get particularly upset about this. But for whatever reason, we ended up with this weird situation where we didn't know what was going on, and we had just these images that seemed to show straight reprints. But then, at the same time, we had these promos, we didn't know what was going on. Well, Davy Syrup over on Twitter has gone and posted an image from a French Facebook group that was found in a shop named Cultura, and it confirms they are the new promos. If we take a look at the image here, we can see that the Umbreon is clearly the alternate art promo, the Espeon is clearly the alternate art promo, and the Sylveon is clearly the alternate art promo. This does, of course, raise a bunch of questions, and the question is basically, oh, well, hang on a second. What's going on? The answer is, for whatever reason, and we'll probably never actually know, for whatever reason, the wrong images were put in the stock images. And that leads me to my advice. Go get these tins. Now, for me, there's so much coming out. I love these. I don't know if I can justify getting the alternate art. But then again, Umbreon and Sylveon are becoming some of my favourite Pokemon. Umbreon has been for years. Sylveon is becoming. And if I'm getting two tins, I might as well get the third. These are the kind of tins I kind of want to ignore, but I'll probably end up picking up. But if you want to get them, go and pre-order them. And this is a really good time to pre-order them. Because there are a whole bunch of people right now who are going to go over onto these websites. And they're going to go, oh, well, I've got those cards already, I don't need them. And that means that there are probably some people who will hold off on pre-ordering these tins because they don't think they've got different cards in. We know that they do. And again, you know, put the two Umbreon side by side, they are the same card. It is only the artwork that's different, but they are Black Star promos with their own numbers, so anyone that's completing a Black Star promo collection, you're going to need to go and pick these up. And similarly, they are just really cool alternate arts. And it really is as simple as that. These tins, and again, I cannot absolutely 100% guarantee, they have not been officially announced, and the stock images we have absolutely do feature the regular artwork. But I also think it's fair to say at this stage that if they're not the alternate art promo, something super weird is happening. I think at this stage we can probably say with a high degree of certainty. Now, one of the most interesting things that we've seen over the past couple of weeks in terms of the Pokemon TCG was this lovely Charizard V-Star Jumbo Stamped promo. Also, shout out to the lovely Primal Lugia, who was able to extract this image and give us a nice clear image of the promo. Primal Lugia, as we've said many times before, is an absolutely lovely, wonderful person. And I told you that this was being given away at game when you spent £15 or more on Pokemon TCG products. And then it all went a little bit quiet, because this was supposed to be out last Friday, and I went to my local game last Friday, and they knew nothing about it. And I heard from a bunch of other people who had been to their local game, and their local game had heard nothing about it. Well, as you may have seen me post over on Twitter, this weekend I did manage to get my way over to local game again, and I did manage to pick one of these up. And while we're here, shout out to the staff at the game in St Austell down in Cornwall. Absolutely proper job, over the top, phenomenal customer service. They didn't actually have the card in when I went in, so I kind of bought some cards and they just wrote my name on a little piece of paper and promised to keep me a Charizard, and then they sent me a little message when the Charizard came in, and luckily I was not quite left the town, but they were going to save it for me until I got back if I had, and they were just really awesome customer service. Proper over the top good. But one of the reasons I was worried was that that particular game is only getting 25 copies of this card. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is not ideal. Now, I don't think all game are only getting 25. I think essentially what's happening is that smaller games, as you know, this one is a concession in a Sports Direct store, which has happened to a lot of games in the UK. I think some of them are getting very low numbers. I imagine the big ones on their own in cities will probably get a whole bunch more. But a couple of bits of news about Charizard. One of them is, don't hang around. Now, I'm not saying run to your local game and then get as many as you can and try and flip them or hoard them. Don't be that guy. Nobody likes that guy. What I'm saying is that some of these game stores, and it's not all of them, I would imagine, I don't know, but I know certainly my local game store is getting a very low amount. They're on a regular time. You know, if it was just a regular people wandering in buying cards normally, these would last maybe a couple of days and that would be about it. Pokemon cards are pretty popular. If you've got people going in looking for them as well, that is going to make a bit of a difference. So what I'm saying to you is, if you've got a want for this Charizard in the local game near you, send them a message. Most of them have their own Twitter accounts and are really good at responding, and go down sooner rather than later. If you're living outside the UK, the good news is they are being found elsewhere as well. So Intertoys over in the Netherlands have gone and gotten a hold of this one. The advice here is quite simple. Go to where you would normally get these kind of promos and ask. I can't give you a list for every country, I'm sorry. They're not UK exclusive because they've been seen in the Netherlands. They may be European exclusive, I honestly don't know. But they are extremely cool. It's a Jumbo Charizard. These are, now that I've got one in my hand and seen them, they are textured. They are textured like a V-Star should be, which is pretty awesome. So it's a Jumbo textured card. It's got the Brilliant Stars logo on. It's extremely cool. But some game stores have very few of them. I'm not saying all, I'm just saying some. And they are available in other countries, but you need to have a look. The other thing we need to talk about is that lovely Mewtwo promo. So I told you the other day that there was a Mewtwo promo coming, and it was a Mewtwo with the Brilliant Stars logo and all of that good stuff on. Well, it turns out that has been confirmed to be a reverse holo, which is a little bit weird to me, honestly. We don't usually get reverse holo promos. It's not the kind of thing we're used to seeing, but for whatever reason, it seems like that Mewtwo has gone and been revealed and released, etc., as a reverse holo promo, which is really extremely cool. This was seen over on Marketplaats in the Netherlands, some kind of place I'm not really particularly familiar with, but apparently you can buy and sell stuff on there. And essentially it's just been confirmed to be a reverse holo promo with the stamp. Still extremely cool. But I have heard some rumours that these are going to be available in-game in the UK. I have seen people posting on Twitter that these are going to be available in-game in the UK. And I'm not saying they're not going to be available in-game in the UK, but I am saying I was in-game a couple of days ago and we were chatting Pokemon cards, and the guy that was working there didn't know anything about it. It's not to say they won't be, but I have seen no confirmation, I have seen no proof, And I've spoken to somebody who was working in-game when we were talking Pokemon who knew nothing about it. Again, I am not saying for a second they're not coming to game, but I am saying they are not confirmed to be coming to game. And of course, there are a whole bunch of people who, they're going to see this stuff floating around on Twitter and they're going to get very excited and then they're going to end up very disappointed. So, the message from your old pal Wassy is very clear. Yes, they are out in some places. They're out in the Netherlands. They may or may not be coming to other countries, but we don't know when, and certainly when it comes to the UK, I have no idea. Generally, these kind of promos tend to come to Waterstones or WH Smiths in the UK. I would imagine we're going to be seeing a similar thing here. These promos come out every so often. There was a Snorlax one for Vivid Voltage. Wherever these kind of promos usually turn up is probably where they're going to turn up this time, so keep an eye or go and have an ask. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Quite, as far as I'm concerned, quite important updates on stuff we've seen before, but we now know important things. Like those Eevee tins are the new promo, so you need to go and get them as soon as possible. And the Charizard is both awesome and out, and in some places at least, pretty gosh darn limited. And of course that Mewtwo is reverse holo and might be coming to other places, but wait until there's actual confirmation. If anyone's posting it on Twitter and not showing a picture or giving a link, do not believe it. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Lots of fun stuff, but now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about this. Tell me if you're going after that Charizard, that Mewtwo. Tell me if you're picking up these pins. Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.